Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome to another video. This is my mental health, spiritual healing aspect of my life and what I'm learning, as I've said before in previous videos, with my post-traumatic stress, my complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and I just want to continue in segments on that topic, kind of along those lines, not necessarily specifically complex post-traumatic stress, but leading up to how we end up in those toxic abusive relationships. And if you've gotten out of one and you're recovering and you're no longer in an abusive toxic relationship, um, that stemmed from issues that you've had with PTSD, anxiety, mood disorders, depression, whatever that looks like for you, and whatever brought you to that point, to where you struggle with those things. I think it's important to know when you're in that toxic relationship, what brought you in, like what there was something that subconsciously we did not see initially, the red flags that we maybe saw but overlooked or just bypassed because we wanted something so bad that we wanted to believe that it can change, or it's not what we think, or list goes on and on. But basically I want to share with you guys pretty much 8 indicators that you're dealing with a narcissist, and that you are getting involved with a narcissist, or that you've fallen in love with a narcissist, or that you married a narcissist. Sometimes we don't find out these things till later on, which is why we're in the position that we're in sometimes, which is why we're in situations where we're trying to figure out, shoot, how do I get out now? Like, I'm so far in and so far invested, or so intertwined with this person. Like, do I give in to defeat because I'm so tired and so emotionally drained that I just give in and submit and go with their way of thinking, and agreeing just to agree, and not agree to disagree, but just agreeing to agree because it's the alternative is too exhausting, it's too tiring, it's too draining to try to explain to this person why it's not okay for them to treat you this way or that way, or talk to you in this manner, or talk down to you. It's just so important that we know initially, head on, meeting people, we literally need a checklist. Like, these days you have to have a checklist if you're a survivor or an survivor of abuse, or a current victim in an abusive situation. Remember, just try to get out, call somebody, call a friend, call your neighbor. If you don't have friends, there's always one person that you can probably call. I know there's always like hotlines and safety lines and stuff like that that you could call. And they could probably direct you to like the nearest safety place if you were in a life-threatening situation. Don't stay for any reason. Don't try to talk it out. Don't try, just go, like, go. But some indicators for narcissists is, first of all, they have the mindset of a child. Okay, they're adults, they look like adults, they work adult jobs, but their thinking is very childlike, not very realistic. So you have to be really careful, because this is a very, very troubled, dangerous person. Let me just say that. And anybody that can take you out of character and bring the worst out in you that you've never even knew existed is a very, very dangerous person. Very narcissists have that ability to the way that they present themselves, the way that they speak, the way that they speak to you or talk down to you, or, you know, um, patronize you, and, you know, smile while they're being sarcastic. And, you know, it just pulls the darkest things out of you that you didn't even know existed. Or, you know, why are you going to explode and unload on this person when you got beat up in the last relationship? But this person is just saying some things, that's just drawing some things and touching some things that are just not okay. And it's taking you from 0 to 100 in about 2 seconds. So they can really bring the worst out in people. But they have a need for control. They have to be in control. They have to know that you're going to take their advice, that you're going to see it their way, that you're going to come around to their way of thinking. They have to be in control. So if you see that early on, and you see a pattern of having to be in control over conversations, over decisions, over is simple as you know, choosing a restaurant, or not wanting to try a restaurant that they wanted you to try, but it's not something that you like, and you know you're not going to be able to eat it, but they're just insistent on you trying it. So you're giving in already. So you're giving in and you're saying, okay, well, you know, I'll try it. You know, I don't know this person really, and they want me to try this food, and it's not something that I can eat. I know I can't, but they are insisting that I try it, so I'm going to do it. And that's kind of how it starts. You start going along because they pout, because, well, it's, you know, it's really good and I like it. I know you're going to like it. And it's like, no, I know what I like and I know what I don't like, but okay, I'll go along with it because it's that important to you. You're super passionate about me trying this restaurant, you know, and it's kind of subtle things like that. They start out with little things like that. They have and they're stubborn. Okay, that goes along with it. They're very stubborn. They want you to conform to their ways, their life, their decisions, and, you know, their way's the right way, no other way. um, they're very low. They don't have any empathy. They have low empathy, if any empathy. They have no empathy. um, that's why when, like, let's say, I don't know, let's say you're having a bad day and you're just like, oh God, you know, I'm just not feeling good. I'm struggling again with my stomach, or, you know, I'm feeling down today. And, you know, you'll hear like, oh, that's too bad. Well, I'm praying for you, you know, not like, well, what's going on? Like, talk to me. You know, what's wrong? They don't ask because they don't care. They really don't care. It's just kind of like an annoyance, a nuisance. It's just not what they want to hear. Um, they don't care. They can't sympathize with you because they have no empathy. Like, they lack that. They don't have it. And they can't give you, you know, we can't give what we don't have. They can't give you empathy. They don't care. The bottom line is they just don't care. Um, they have a sense of entitlement. They feel like everybody should be bowing down to them because they have degrees, they have they're CEOs, you know, they lettered in that sport, they they got degrees in this and that, and they mastered this course and they mastered that course, and, you know, they're just always got to be one up. They got to one up you. They're competing with you. And it's sad that in a love relationship, you shouldn't be competing with each other. You should be on the same side, the same team. But when they want to debate you and you say something, you know you're right about it, and let's say there's a group of people, everybody's talking, and, you know, you guys are kind of going back and forth, and you know more about it than the expert over here with the degree, and you're speaking about what you know, but the expert with the degree is saying, oh no, like, that's not how I learned that. I have a degree on my wall, and no, I know. Okay, I'm right. Unfortunately, you know, hate to burst your bubble, but I'm right. And then you'll see their face structure that, how dare you call them out and prove them wrong in front of other people? like you're going to pay for that later, because there's a whole passive aggressive thing going on right there. And if you know anything about narcissists and about sociopaths, they don't like to be called out on stuff. They don't like to be proven wrong. They will go fight you to tooth and nail to prove that they're right and you're wrong. Even to go as far as doing research and pulling it up and saying, hey, look, like this is what I found. Okay, they're not going to stand for that at all. So they feel very entitled. They feel special. They feel like they're above everybody. They're very manipulative. They pout. They bully you. You know, you're not coming around to their way of thinking. So, you know, I just don't feel loved, and I've never been respected for my knowledge and what I've learned, and I know things and people don't respect me for that, and they bully you and they guilt you into you're just so exhausted and drained that you're just like, okay, maybe you're right, maybe he's right, maybe she's right, maybe I should just go along with it, or maybe it is just me and maybe I'm thinking wrong. And it's not that at all. It's not that at all. It's a control. It goes back to the control thing. It goes back to the manipulation. It goes back to conform, submit. It's just a bunch of sorry, I had to adjust my computer. I didn't want it to time out. And they struggle with input. They struggle to, if you give them advice, like they're the advice givers. Who are you to give them advice? Like they already have been there, done that. Like, no, I'm a professional. Let's say you need to go to, you guys need to be in counseling of some sort because you're struggling in some areas, and it's like, if this relationship's going to work, we need to go to counseling. But they can't be counseled. They have the inability to be counseled or to be taught or to be, told that, maybe if you go about it this way, or maybe have you realized that, all this, the way that you've been handling things or the way that you talk is coming across as whatever. So they have the inability to be taught anything, to be advised of anything, to learn something new. If they do learn something new, they'll make it like, well, yeah, I mean, I thought that, and I knew that, but I mean, I guess, I just put it in a different term. But it's like, no, you didn't know. You never knew. You just learned, and you're trying to make it sound like you knew, because you always have to be up here and superior. So they have a very superior position. You're not equal to them. You are here, they're here, and you need to learn from them, and you need to respect what they believe and what they think, because again, they're up here and you're down here, and they're authoritative. They have to be in control. It's all about control. And they want to debate you. They want to debate everything you say. They want to you butt heads on everything. I say it's white, you say it's black. It's just always the opposite. What I say is going to be the opposite of what they know. And it's just it's exhausting is what it is. They have an alternative view of reality. They lie. They lie. They make you feel like, let's say you have an argument or a disagreement, and they say something during that argument or disagreement, and then time passes, and then a month later that argument or disagreement comes up, and their passive aggressiveness comes in and out, and you'll say, we just went over this, like we just discussed this, like we just argued about this like last month, and you said this, and this. They will say, I never said that. I never said that. Like, God knows I never said that. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know if you're thinking about something from the past or from somebody else, but I never said that. And damn good and well they said it. You can even have it on paper. You could even have facts. You can have documentation to show them, or a recording saying, listen, this is what you said and this is when you said it, they will say, okay, well, that was probably some other time. But that's not what we were talking about at that particular time. That may be of something else. And it didn't even have anything to do with what we're talking about right now, when in fact it did, and it does, and it happened. And you could present them with facts and they're still going to make you feel like you're crazy. They're going to make you feel like you're crazy. They're going to say you're lying, you made it up, you're trying to attack them. Why are you after them? Why do you hate them so much? And it goes back to, they flip it around and make them the victim when initially you were hurt, or whatever you brought to them they didn't like, and you confronted them. They don't like to be called out on anything. So this is what we're dealing with when we're in an abusive situation. It's bad when you have post-traumatic stress, or you were a prior victim, or you were in a long-term abusive situation. Getting involved with these people is inevitable, and these are the things that we need to know. These are the things you need to know. And then we can decide, do we want to continue on with this person, or do we need to get the F out, you know? Like, end things when you see it, when you know it, when you can plan accordingly. Of course, be safe. You know, don't make just a split second decision and, you know, make your situation worse. Like, be very careful. And again, I said before, be very careful with what information you give them, as far as if you're going to leave them, because you don't know. They're very volatile, and very, very unpredictable. They can make people believe that they're this great, amazing person. You know, they're charming, they're lovable, they're likable, like everybody likes them, and you have a problem with them, and they'll say, well, you're the only one who has a problem with me. Like, everybody else respects me, everybody else, you know, thanks me for doing this, that, or the other. Everybody else appreciates what I do. You take me for granted. You know, other people don't see me the way you see me, but other people don't live with you. All those people out there that think you're this great guy or girl, they don't live with you, so they don't see this side of you. But then what you get is, what side of me? What are you talking about? What do you mean, this side of me? What arguments? When did I say that? Okay, are you okay? And then you're like, am I okay? Like, what is going on? What just happened? Like, how did things flip so quick that you feel like you're in the twilight zone? They have the ability to flip things like in a split second. And then you're like, wait, okay, I was hurting. I was saying this hurt me when you said this, or when you did that, this bothered me. And they got you thinking, you're crazy. That never happened. Yeah. So anyway, basically those were the 8 things, the 8 indicators that you're with a narcissist, and you need to run as fast as you can, because, you know, they can only carry that on for so long. By the way, they can only, because we are falling in love with somebody who does not exist, and it's scary. It's very, very scary. It's very serious. The matters of the mind and the heart are things you just don't play with. And you don't play with somebody's emotions and somebody's heart and somebody's feelings and somebody's life. Like, you know, we're very, very, as post-traumatic stress survivors that are still struggling with it. Maybe we'll always be, maybe one day won't be. But for now, it's very important that we are careful and we are very vigilant, hyper vigilant of these types of people. And they can only hold up that mask for a short amount of time. So if you hold out as long as you possibly can before you actually move in with that person, do it as long as you can, because they can't wear that mask for long periods of time, and it will come off, and you will see the type of person that they really are. So that's going to be the end of this video, you guys. This is just the narcissist, what the narcissist looks like. So stay tuned for future videos. Give this video a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you have not subscribed already. And I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I hope these videos are going to be helpful because they're really helping me already. So I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.